Hey everyone, it's Mark, and today we're kicking things off with a close look at the HP Victus 15.6 1x44Hz Full HD gaming laptop. This model comes loaded, Intel Core i7-13620H, 16GB DDR5 memory, NVIDIA, GeForce, RTX 5260, a massive 1TB SSD, and it's all wrapped up in a sleek mica silver finish. The exact model is the 15FA293DX B97DTUA ABA SKU 6618925. Definitely a mouthful, but trust me, it's worth remembering. This beast is priced at $1,369.99, and it's already making waves with a 4.6 out of 5-star rating from 77 reviews. So, is it worth the hype, or is it just overpriced? That's what we're here to find out. We'll break down the performance, design, and everything in between to see if it really delivers. From the specs to the real-world experience, we're covering the whole 9 yards. With a strong rating and plenty of buzz, this laptop is definitely on people's radar. Let's find out if it deserves a spot on your desk. Alright, let's break down the specs because that's what really matters, right? This Victus is rocking a 12th gen Intel Core i7 processor, which is no slouch when it comes to handling demanding games and applications. You're also getting 16 gigs of RAM, so multitasking and jumping between games and other programs should be a breeze. Now, for the graphics card, we've got an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4050. Not top of the line, but definitely capable of pushing some serious pixels and giving you a smooth gaming experience, especially with that 144Hz refresh rate on the Full HD display. Speaking of the display, 15.6 inches is a pretty sweet spot for a gaming laptop. Portable enough to take on the go, but with enough screen real estate to really immerse yourself in the game. Storage-wise, you're looking at a 512GB SSD, which should be plenty for your OS and a good chunk of your favorite games. Of course, you can always expand with external storage if you need more space. One thing that definitely caught my eye is the design. HP went with this sleek, minimalist aesthetic, and I'm digging the performance blue color they've got going on. It's not overly flashy, but it's got this subtle gamer vibe that I appreciate. The keyboard is another important factor for gamers, and I've got to say, HP did a decent job here. The keys have a satisfying travel and feel responsive, which is crucial for those intense gaming sessions. They've also included a dedicated number pad, which is always a plus for productivity. In terms of ports, you've got a decent selection. We're talking multiple USB ports, HDMI and SD card reader, pretty much everything you need to connect your peripherals and accessories. Overall, the HP Victus seems to be packing a pretty solid punch for the price point. But let's dive a little deeper and see how it actually performs in the real world. Alright, let's talk about what this laptop does well. First and foremost, the performance is surprisingly good for this price range. The combination of the Core i7 and the RTX 4050 delivers a smooth gaming experience on most titles, even when you crank up the settings. I tested it out with some of my go-to games, and I was impressed with how well it handled them. Frame rates were consistently above 60 FPS, even on higher settings, and I didn't experience any noticeable lag or stuttering. The 144Hz refresh rate display definitely elevates the gaming experience. Everything feels incredibly smooth and responsive, especially during fast-paced action. It's a noticeable difference compared to a standard 60Hz display, and it makes a world of difference in competitive games where every millisecond counts. Another thing I really like about the Victus is its design. It's sleek, modern, and doesn't scream gaming laptop, which I appreciate. The performance blue color is a nice touch, and the overall build quality feels solid. The keyboard is also a highlight for me. The keys have a good amount of travel and feel satisfying to type on, which is important for both gaming and productivity. The backlighting is even and adjustable, so you can customize it to your liking. The trackpad is also surprisingly good. It's large, responsive, and supports multi-touch gestures, which makes navigating windows a breeze. In terms of thermals, the Victus manages to stay relatively cool, even under heavy load. The fans can get a bit loud when you're really pushing the laptop, but it's not unbearable. Overall, the HP Victus offers a lot of positives for the price. It's a well-rounded gaming laptop that delivers solid performance, a great display, and a sleek design. Now let's talk about some areas where the HP Victus could improve. No laptop is perfect, And the Victus does have a few drawbacks that are worth mentioning. One thing that some users might find disappointing is the battery life. It's not terrible, but it's not great either. You can expect to get around 4 to 5 hours of mixed usage on a single charge, but if you're gaming, that number will drop significantly. This isn't necessarily a deal breaker for a gaming laptop, as most people will likely have it plugged in while gaming anyway. But it's something to keep in mind if you plan on using it on the go frequently. Another area where the Victus could improve is the speakers. They're not terrible, but they're not great either. They lack bass and can sound a bit tinny, especially at higher volumes. For gaming, you're probably better off using headphones or external speakers for a more immersive audio experience. Some users have also reported that the webcam quality is not the best. It's a 720p camera, which is pretty standard for laptops in this price range, but the image quality can be a bit grainy, especially in low light conditions. Again, this isn't a huge deal breaker, but it's something to keep in mind if you plan on using the laptop for video conferencing or streaming. Finally, while the overall build quality of the Victus is good, some users have reported that the lid can feel a bit flimsy. It's not a major issue, but it's something to be aware of if you plan on traveling with the laptop frequently. Overall, the HP Victus does have a few minor drawbacks, but they're not major enough to detract from the overall value proposition of the laptop. Let's get down to business and talk about how this laptop actually performs. As I mentioned earlier, the combination of the Core i7 and the RTX 4050 is no joke. I was able to run demanding games like Cyberpunk 2077 and Red Dead Redemption 2 at respectable frame rates with the graphics settings turned up. Of course, you're not going to get the same level of performance as you would with a high-end gaming laptop, but the Victus definitely holds its own in this price range. And it's not just about gaming. This laptop is also a solid performer for everyday tasks like browsing the web, watching videos, and working on documents. The 16 gigabytes of RAM ensures that everything runs smoothly, even when you have multiple applications open at the same time. The 512 gigabyte SSD is also a nice touch, providing ample storage space for your games, applications, and files. And if you need more storage, you can always expand it with an external hard drive. One thing that impressed me was how quiet the Victus runs under normal usage. The fans rarely spin up, and when they do, they're not overly loud. However, as I mentioned earlier, the fans can get a bit loud when you're gaming or running other demanding tasks. It's not a deal breaker, but it's something to be aware of. Overall, the HP Victus delivers impressive performance for the price, making it a great option for gamers and power users alike. So the big question is the HP Victus worth your hard-earned cash? Well, as with most things in tech, it depends. If you're a serious gamer on a budget, the Victus is definitely worth considering. It offers a great balance of performance, features, and price, making it one of the best gaming laptops you can buy in this price range. The 144Hz refresh rate display is a major selling point, providing a buttery smooth gaming experience that you won't find on many other laptops in this price range. However, if you're looking for the absolute best gaming performance possible, you'll need to spend more money on a higher-end laptop. The Victus is a great value proposition, but it's not a top-of-the-line gaming machine. It's also important to consider your needs and priorities. If battery life is a major concern, the Victus might not be the best choice. But if you're looking for a powerful and affordable gaming laptop that can also handle everyday tasks with ease, the HP Victus is definitely worth checking out. Ultimately, the decision of whether or not to buy the HP Victus is up to you. But hopefully, this review has given you the information you need to make an informed decision. So that's the HP Victus 15.6-inch gaming laptop. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below if you're rocking this machine or if you're considering picking one up. If you're interested in learning more about the HP Victus or want to grab one for yourself, you can find links to purchase in the description below. As always, thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more tech reviews and comparisons. Peace.